Hi, I've got a very specific message. It's a confession today, okay? Your ex wants to admit how they feel now their karmic situation is over. This isn't about the karmic or what happened there, particularly, I don't feel today. It is more of a confession that they would like to say to you. Okay, 2 cards came out. Reflection. They've been reflecting on being away from you has allowed them to gain clarity, I feel, on their behaviour. Okay, not yours, theirs. They would also, as part of this confession, like to admit to you that they did hide things from you, okay, and they have been holding back. But I feel today it's coming to a head because the karmic situation they're in is either ending or it's ended. And I'm hearing to say to you, even if they're still in it physically, okay, things can be over emotionally before physically things actually change, that it's done, all right? But I really feel now this karmic things is almost like blown up, that they are ready to make a confession. So firstly, I'm going to have a look at their energy, okay? Just going to get one for their energy just before replaying the breakup. Yeah, this is very clear today. That's what I was hearing. Mental loops, guilt and over-analysing. They want to confess to you. Okay, so that's where we're going to go today. Really, I feel today I want to tell you what they would like to say to you, what they're hiding, what they're holding back. I will clarify again that this karmic situation, even if they're still in it, in the physical, that it is over emotionally, okay? It's done. So I'm going to get a tarot deck. I'm going to give these a shuffle, okay? Just while I'm shuffling though, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your likes, comments. I do read all my comments. If you would like a reading, just click on the title of this video. Links are below in the description box. Everything's on the website. Go check it out. And also check out the $1 special offer reading that's up there at the moment. Okay, let's just quick peek into their energy. Oh gosh, that's too many. I'm going to have the first 2. Right, the first 2, 6 of Wands in the reverse and the Tower. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so it's over. It's over where they are. I will say their own selfish behaviour has kind of come back to bite them in the backside. They feel ashamed of themselves. They feel ashamed of themselves for dragging you into situations that were never yours to deal with. But the Tower in their energy, their environment, is basically chaos, destruction, upheaval and endings. All right, so I feel that their energy is one of somebody who hides their feelings. They emotionally shut down. The moment I feel that you ask them or told them, you weren't happy or you'd like change or you expressed your feelings, instead of actually taking that on board, they moved on to the next thing, okay? They do have a tendency to like to be worshipped, adored. They're quite happy, I feel, your ex, when everybody else is paying them homage, as we say, aren't you great? They've kind of got the energy of somebody, if they just do what some people do normally every day, they would want praise for it. Now, this does not mean they are toxic or are anything, particularly narcissistic, but they have very low self-esteem, okay? And you quite rightly were trying to get something addressed, my guides are saying. And instead of addressing this and looking at the issue, they almost ducked and left, or they pulled their energy back and your relationship ended. Okay, so yeah, they are definitely not in a brilliant place at the moment. I say that, but I think it is actually, because I think this, like I said, this is what they want to admit, and I'm going to get to their confession, like what they'd say to you in a minute. I feel it is positive, okay? The bottom of the deck, I can see the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So I feel, regardless of what's going on with them now, that part of the core issue here is that they had some either dysfunctional childhood or unhappy families, okay? Which causes them to really hide things. I felt they hid things from you. You know, these first two cards that came out, I'll take a look at that one. That's when I was shuffling. They hid things, okay? And they've realised now that they made a mistake with you, okay? That they should have tried harder. They should have listened. But on the other hand, and I'm not condoning their behaviour, I can see with those cards, you know, Six of Wands reversed, Ten of Cups reversed, that they base their well-being on them feeling like everybody is adoring them, okay? Was there a lack of love in their childhood? Maybe they never felt they were good enough, or they were wanted, or maybe there was some siblings that were favoured over them, okay? But the karmic situation's over. So let me get to it now, and let us just see what they would like to say to you if they were sat in front of you. I have never felt a passion this intense. Yeah, you had a very passionate relationship. Doesn't always mean the obvious. A passionate relationship can mean that you just got on. You could sit for hours talking. You possibly shared the same interests. You laughed a lot, okay? They haven't had that where they've been, all right? Oh my gosh, this is it, yeah. Okay, the other cards, and what I've been saying, they felt, okay, that you didn't care. Now that isn't anything that you did. This leads into the fact that they have very low self-esteem. So the minute you ask them to do something, or say, hey, I don't like the way you're doing that, can we do it a different way? Instead of taking that on board, processing it and being emotionally mature, they revert back to child. They automatically saw you not as you. So you're standing in front of them, my guides are saying to tell you, and they just weren't listening to you. They were reverting back to somebody from their childhood, as we've been discussing, telling them off, okay, making them feel inadequate. So they are saying categorically today to you, the energy that's here today is they have gained clarity on their behaviour, and they apologise for the way they behaved, and their biggest trigger was they felt you didn't care, but it wasn't you. It could have been anybody. Okay, it could have been anybody. Now the karmic situation has ended because that was only ever, I've just heard the word stopgap. This karmic situation and what has happened has allowed your ex to get the clarity they need to hopefully make some form of amends with you. Now you have free will, whether you choose to listen or engage. You put you first, okay? You are the most important person out of all of this now. But they have realised their behaviour was wrong. They've realised that they just were running old patterns, okay? Now we all do it to a certain extent. We've all got childhood patterns. So yeah, that is one big, that is clear. And I just saw the card escape. They just ran. They just shut down, they held back. And you know, you couldn't carry on like that either. I'm just hearing to say to you, because it's not healthy to be in a connection where if you just try and express something, that that all of a sudden you're the problem. Okay, you know, you have emotional needs, you have wants, you have desires, and the moment you try and say something, then your reaction to their behaviour is suddenly the problem. Well, it's not. Your reaction was never the problem. Okay, I just want to clear that up for you today. Reunion, we will always come back to each other, so they're going to try and get in touch with you. Okay, again, it's up to you how this pans out. But they are afraid of what other people will think. Gossip. So there are even people around you who might not be very happy about this, or who might have something to say on this. I will add, every breakup is different, and sometimes other people quite rightly can be concerned, especially if it's a narcissistic relationship. But sometimes you have to make your choices. You have to make your decision yourself. I failed to give you what you needed. Yeah, they didn't listen. You felt emotionally adrift with this person. I feel you got to a point where you started closing down, shutting down, and you were in a relationship, but you might as well have been on your own, because every time you voiced anything, there was always some comeback. And in the end, this is natural. People just start to say less, okay? But the beauty here is they've recognised it. Habits. They do worry if... I feel that they worry... Okay, not you. I feel they do have a worry. They wouldn't ever want to do this to you again, okay? I hope I've worded that right. There is a bit of them that knows how much they hurt you, and they would never want to hurt you again the way they hurt you the last time. They've realised that... I think they criticised your values, okay? Because basically, you said stuff to this person, and you were quite right in saying it, but then they made out that your values weren't the right values, okay? I think sometimes you're very strong, okay? Very kind, but very strong. Now, sometimes if you've got somebody who needs approval, 6 of Wands kind of energy, and they want all of this love and attention, spotlight on them, if you sort of try to say something to them, they will try to bring you down to their level, okay? Because they couldn't match you. They can't match you. They could not match your strength, your compassion, and your values, okay? They want to call you and hear your voice. So they know they messed up, all right? They know they messed up for those reasons. They want to hear from you, but they're waiting for you. They're scared, okay? They're scared they've blown it. They're saying you and I were too young. I feel maybe you weren't. Maybe you met when you were younger. But if you weren't younger, definitely they were very emotionally immature. All right. I hope that you can forgive me one day. So this person is still in love with you. All right. I'm just going to get a card for you. I just want your energy out a second. Prioritise your self-care. Yeah, I knew I was meant to pick this deck up. You do so much for others. Yeah, this person drained you. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. You have a beautiful personality. You've had hard times in your life, okay, where you would never want anybody to feel as you did. And because of that, you will always go the extra mile to help people out. Now, with regard to the situation, Spirit is saying you call the shots, but do not ever, ever put somebody else's feelings, opinions and emotions before your own. Prioritize yourself, okay? Prioritize you. And another message, bottom of the deck, is you will manifest what you need, okay? Everything is changing for you, and it is what you truly want. Only you know what you truly want, your soul, okay? Not what other people say, not tarot readings. You know in your heart and soul what you want, okay? And also a message for you, step into the spotlight. You have a message the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. That can be volunteering, it can be community. I feel you are very kind, very strong, and things have happened to you that you wouldn't wish on anyone. And Spirit is saying you have got a lot of wisdom that would help a lot of people, okay? So I'm going to see best possible outcome. I'm going to give it in the next 6 weeks and put a timing on it for some reason. 6 weeks, please. Is this person coming back in the next 6 weeks? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I do feel they will be back. That is a new beginning, especially if you've been apart for a while, okay? They're going to make you an offer. But underneath it is your energy, the Queen of Swords. I'm not too sure if you're going to take it. That is the Queen of Swords. You're not messing with emotions anymore, okay? You're done with mind games, emotional games, up, downs, ins, out. I feel that you possibly might speak to this person, but I feel your conversation would be on a very, very intellectual level, meaning you will not be suckered in with fake promises, okay? But clarifying your energy is the Sun. Whatever you choose to do, my lovely, whatever you choose to do, you are going to be very, very happy. The Sun is, even in reverse, the Sun's a positive card, okay? There are good times coming for you. I feel the Sun for me is Leo energy, so this is going to happen in the next 6 weeks. You will reach a decision, okay? You will reach a decision about this, and it is entirely up to you. You are on the pedestal, okay? So look after you. Focus on you. There's great times ahead for you with the Sun, okay? Now with the Ace of Pentacles as well, there's also an energy of something else coming in for you, an offer out of the blue that is too good to pass by. But whatever you choose to do with this message, yeah, they've had a wake-up call, okay? The karmic situation's over. I don't think they're toxic. I feel they've realised that they have some issues that they need to deal with. However, any of that though, for you, this energy is positive, and share that wisdom, start that business, go and do the volunteering, or set up some help thing online for people. There's something you are being called to do. All right, let me know in the comments what it is. I'm interested. I really am interested, because I'm here and I want you to do it, okay? I want you to do it. All right, anyway, I'll leave it with you. Take care, loads of love, look after you, okay? You come first. Bye.